Welcome to Inspired Vinyasa. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to be focusing on tree pose, the mythology behind it, the fascinating, stories that go with it, and the interpretations we can take from it off the mat. So, if you're not feeling balanced today, that is okay. That'll be part of our learning lesson. Go ahead, close your eyes. Give me a deep breath in. Big exhale. And then let's go ahead and take the arms all the way out. Bring the palms together and release them home to your heart so that you can pause there to set your intention for your practice. When you're ready, go ahead and release the hands. We're going to start coming down onto our backs. If you have a block, you might want to grab it, but it certainly isn't necessary, and we can totally do what we're going to do without having any props. So go ahead and lay back. Let's start off first by planting the feet hip distance apart. Pull the low back down, just hold it right there and release the arms. Now close your eyes. I want you to take your focus to the contact that your feet are having with your mat, and then even further below the mat to perhaps the carpet or the wood floor. And then let's imagine we're on the first level of the house or in the basement, so that we can imagine the contact we're having with Earth's energy, which is going to be necessary when we get to standing up into tree pose, right? I want you to recognize that the contact with Mother Earth is solid, and it's very supportive, and it's very nurturing. And these are all the qualities I want you to carry with you in your practice today. I want you to be very nurturing of yourself and your capabilities on the mat today. Let's keep that low back glued downward, so pull in the stomach. Gently push the feet into the earth to slowly lift the hips up into bridge. Big inhale. Exhale, float back down. So maybe even just that first slow bridge gave you some insight into how your body's feeling today. Let's try that again. So noticing, well, is there any issues with the back, any issues with the knees, so that we can be a little more compassionate as we move through our practice. Let's give me 3 more. Link it with the breath. You might notice that the breath doesn't really feel deep and nurturing quite yet. We've just started, so we need a lack of judgment on the mat. And then when you finish that last one, let's go ahead and hug the knees into the heart. All right, go ahead and set that left foot down, outer ankle on top of that left thigh. So we're coming into our supine pigeon. Why is this important for what we're doing today? Because you might already be feeling it. You might already notice that this is a hip opener. So that right hip, if it's tight, you're going to notice, right? But we should be okay right here. And then if you want to, go ahead and draw that left leg in towards you. You just are looking for a good stretch, not anything beyond that. So in looking at tree pose today, the Sanskrit word for tree pose is Vrkasana, and the pose itself relates to Sita. So it's been a while since we've talked about Sita, so I'll give you a frame of reference here. She is the wife of Lord Rama, and they're very connected to each other. They're very much in love, and
Perhaps this might sound familiar, that Lord Rama has a very strong friendship with Hanuman, who is the monkey. Deity is not quite the right word for him, but I'm going to use it regardless. We've talked about Hanuman because he's got quite a few poses of his own. Let's go ahead and let go with the hands. Set that left foot down. Keep the legs as they are. Open the arms out wide from the shoulders, and we're going to drop the sole of that right foot down to the earth on your left side. Most likely that just took your foot off the mat, so I really want you to focus on the contact that you have with the earth. Imagine you can feel its vibration. Now, take that left, or that's the right knee, sorry, right knee. Take that right knee, just gently push it away from you a little bit more. You could do it physically with your left hand or just do it muscularly. But we're just gonna open up a little bit more here. Give me a deep inhale, hold the breath. And let go. And then slowly bring the legs back up. And we're switching sides. So set that right foot down, cross the left ankle over, flex the foot, push the knee away from you, and draw that right leg in if that's okay with your body. Okay, so
Sita is kidnapped by Lord Ravana. He's not a nice guy. He thinks he's very lovable and handsome. I guess that depends on your idea of handsome. He has 10 faces. So there's a lot of him. He lives in a beautiful palace with all the luxuries that one could want. So he thinks that once he kidnaps Sita, of course, she's going to be so happy in this palace that she will eventually fall in love with him and become one of his many wives. Sita isn't so, she's not on that path. She totally loves Rama. She knows that Rama loves her. The problem with Rama coming to find her is that this palace it's kind of protected by magic. It's impenetrable, hard to find. And so she just manages to somehow keep the faith that if she focuses her mind and her meditation on Rama, that will get through to him and he'll be able to find her. Okay, let go with the hands, set that right foot down, open the arms wide, and drop that left foot to your right side. Remember, keeping the opposite shoulder down, and then push that left leg. I want to keep saying the wrong leg because that's the side wrong. Left leg, push it away from you just a little bit more. Deepen the breath. And then bring the legs back to center. We're going to release the left leg. Go ahead and stretch that left leg out on the mat. Keep the right leg bent. And here's where you might want to block if you have it, but certainly it is not necessary. I have this inside of my right foot, kind of near my left knee or maybe a little higher. I just want to open that leg out to the right so it looks like we're laying down in tree pose. So supine Vrkasana. If it's too much of a hip opener, this is where you might want to prop underneath that right knee. If you're okay here, I'm okay with you being here. Go ahead, close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Feel how the earth is supporting your entire body. So a much easier tree to balance in, right? So Sita refuses to enter the palace. She's offered pretty much whatever she wants. She refuses. She is not going inside. She's going to stay outside, sleep outside in the forest area surrounding this palace. And so she goes and sits underneath an askoka tree, which in Sanskrit means without sorrow. It is a tree that represents love and devotion. So she just sits there day and night. All of the other wives of Ravana, they're kind of there to guard her. They have orders not to hurt her, but they watch her, and they are depicted as very ugly creatures. And they keep telling her, you might as well cave in. He's given you an ultimatum. You either stay and marry him, or he's going to kill you and eat you. So what what do what do you got to lose here? Why don't you just go into the palace? But she refuses. So she meditates on Rama continuously. Go ahead and bring that right knee back up, straighten out the leg. Pause there for a moment just to feel that. And then go ahead and draw the left knee in, open that hip out when you're ready. If you need a prop underneath that leg, go ahead and grab it. So Sati is the daughter of sorry, I lost my train of thought, Bhumi Devi, which means earth. So she's the daughter of earth. She has an earth connection already. She doesn't mind sitting outside, feeling the support of the tree behind her, connecting with the earth. She's totally content. Now, Rama, let's go back and find him in his mental state. He can't find her. So he calls upon Hanuman, this monkey deity, to find her for him. And he gives Hanuman his ring that says Rama on it, so that when Sati sees Hanuman, she's not afraid. She doesn't think it's an enemy. She knows that he has been sent by her husband. So Hanuman has, wonderful powers and skills of his own. He does find her, and he does give her the ring, and she knows then that Rama has been indeed looking for her, and Hanuman rescues her and brings her back. So wouldn't you say that, in Sati sitting outside underneath these trees, this entire time she has been exhibiting patience, right? That is a quality associated with a tree, right? Patient. It just stands there. It's patient. It doesn't mind, perhaps, all the changes going on around it. It doesn't it doesn't pick up its roots and leave. It stands there rooted and grounded through the change of seasons, through, the myriad of animals scurrying up its trunk or resting in its branches. It's patient. And that's what we're going to be on the mat today, patient. Go ahead and draw that left knee back up. Stretch out that leg. Reach the arms overhead. Give me a big stretch. And then exhale and bring the arms all the way back down. Okay. Go ahead, replant the feet. Use your elbows to get you back up to a sitting position. And then from here, I'm just going to use my hands to push the earth away and slowly rise into Uttanasana, forward fold. And let's take a moment here to move. I feel like I need to move first. Stretch out the hamstrings a little. You can walk this out if you want to. You could stay more in monkey pose if that helps while we're loosening up. So if you're feeling tight, we're practicing patience. I'm feeling pretty tight. I'm not going to care about it right now. I know by the time we are through our practice, things are going to feel a whole lot better. So when you're ready, let's take this to monkey. Exhale it back down. Inhale, monkey. Exhale it down. Now let's slow this down. Slower inhale, slower rise. Exhale. Give me 2 more. When you finish that last one, let's softly bend the knees, roll our way up. just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. All right, we're just going to go through Surya Namaskar one time just to warm up a little bit. So let's inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release, take this back to plank. When you're ready, chaturanga. Into cobra, don't go too high, we're just warming up. Exhale it down, make your way downward facing dog, and walk that out a little bit. From here, let's take a big step forward, let the second leg follow. You're back in forward fold, inhale monkey. Exhale, release, and however it's easiest for you to get back up, however your space and your room suit you. We'll end up with the hands at the heart. Perfect. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Back to center. Take it to the left. We'll do some fun things with tree pose today. Come back to center. Release the arms. Inhale them up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Take it to cobra. This time, let's hang out cobra for a moment. Let's take the shoulders way up where we don't want them, and then roll them back and down. Heart moves forward. Pull the head back slightly. Big inhale. Exhale, release down. Let's take that left hand, reach back for the left foot, and draw it in. You can rest your head if you want. You can prop your right arm forward if you want. Whatever makes this easier for you. Go ahead, pull that heel in toward the glute. Breathe. And gently release. We're switching sides. And slowly let go. All right, plant the hands by the low ribs, tuck the toes. Take a deep breath. We're pushing straight up into plank. When you're ready, go. Nice downward facing dog. When you get there and you're comfortable, 3 deep breaths. And then just walk the feet back forward, forward fold. Move around here. Notice if you feel any looser. I do. Still tight, but looser. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, let it go, and roll your way all the way back up. Perfect. Okay, so I want you to really ground the feet. You might look down at them, spread the toes wide, feel safe and secure and strong. From here, shift your weight into the left foot. You're simply taking the right leg out to the side, balancing on the big toe. So we're being compassionate. We're starting out slow. We shouldn't feel too wobbly because we've got that right foot down. So hopefully you're okay right there. We're going to inhale, take the arms up, exhale to the heart. Now, inhale. Open the arms kind of out in a V. Yeah. Exhale, as the hands come to the heart, slide that right foot in to, let's just call this a baby tree. We're keeping the foot on the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, shut. I mean, trees are stoic and tall. Keep going. But they move. Even if we can't see them moving, something about them is moving inside. Keep going. If you do feel wobbly, embrace it, because that's part of our theme. Keep going. Last one. Nice. Now take that right foot, bring the knee forward, lift it up into crane, flex the foot. So if you have to set the foot down or you fall over, I want you to laugh through that. I want you to know that that's just part of the pose. It's not a mistake. It's just part of the pose, right? Okay, set that foot down. Walk it out for a moment, especially that left foot if it's tired. And then inhale, take the arms up. Palms together, side bend to the right. Come back to center. Take it to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Take it to monkey. All the way back to plank. Step, jump, hop, chaturanga. Find your cobra. Hopefully you're feeling a little warmer, a little looser. Exhale, take it down. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. Strong inhale. Loud exhale. Forward fold. Roll your way back up. And plant the feet. All right, we're shifting the weight into the right foot. Take that left leg out to the side, resting on the big toe. Inhale the arms. Exhale to the heart. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, draw the left foot in, hands to the heart. Keep going. Remember, the meaning of that tree that Sati sat under means without sorrow. So I don't want you to have any attachment to wobbling, feeling imbalanced. Don't worry about it. We can't always be balanced. We might want to. We might strive for that. We certainly try. But then life comes along, right? Last one. Keep the hands at the heart. Take that left knee, pivot it forward, lift up into crane, flex the foot, and breathe. Good job. Inhale. Exhale, set that leg down. Sweep the arms up. Take it into Uttanasana, forward fold. Monkey. As you release down, softly bend into the knees, plant the hands. See if you want to try jumping back into plank. You don't have to. Chaturanga. Cobra. Down dog. Stay here for a deep breath. Loud exhale. Perfect. We're going to step the feet closer to each other. Send that right leg up, three-legged dog. And then go ahead and bend that leg, sweep the foot forward. Plant that back foot. Left arm's cartwheeling up, warrior bee. Now, settle into your pose. You're strong here. You're strong like the tree is. Breathe deeply. Reverse warrior when you are ready. We're cartwheeling the hands all the way back down. Step back to plank. Halfway in chaturanga. I want you to hold it. Breathe. Good job. Release down. Find cobra. Take it to child's pose for a moment. A few deep breaths right there, just settling into your space. So there are a lot of variations we can do with tree pose, a lot of fun things that are racing through my mind right now. We did tree pose laying on the ground and we had unbelievable support, right? I want you to think about you being the tree in tree pose and who you're a support system for. I want you to balance that, because we're going to talk a lot about balance. I want you to balance your support for other people with receptivity so that you're receiving as well. So I don't know, I guess what I'm asking you is, have you felt like you've been giving too much lately, there's not enough left to give, in which case we energetically want to do a tree pose where we're supported, so on the ground or leaning against a wall. We don't always have to be standing on one foot. All right, let's go ahead and come on up into table. Tuck the toes, downward facing. Move my dog forward a little bit. Slide the feet a little closer to each other. Send that left leg up behind you. Sweep that foot forward between the hands. Angle that back foot. Right arm is going to lead you into Warrior B. Reverse Warrior. Cartwheel the hands to the earth. Step back to plank. Hold Chaturanga halfway. You really got to glue the elbows in. And then release. Find your cobra. And take it back to Balasana, child's pose. One more deep breath. Rise back up into table. Tuck the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. And then forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale it down and roll your way up. Perfect. All right. Reground through the feet. Shift your weight into the left foot. Take the right leg into our baby tree. So keep the toes down on the earth. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to the heart. And so, since trees don't just simply stand still and they move, I want you to imagine that this really strong wind is sweeping through your house. And I want you to keep the arms out more in front of you and let them move in that wind. Yes, I am kind of trying to knock you over, not in a mean way, in a learning lesson kind of way. So just noticing, when you go off balance, what else happens? Where are you counterbalancing? Are you quick to judge? Do you get annoyed? Are you already annoyed with me? I want you to figure all that stuff out. I mean, we'll try this again with the wind and maybe our foot not touching the ground. So enjoy it while we're here. When you're ready, sweep the arms back to the heart prayer pose. Take that right knee, bring it forward again, lift it into crane. This time you can see if you can stretch it out in front of you and then release it down. Inhale the arms. Exhale to the heart. Turn the fingers to the earth, forward fold. Stay right here for a moment. When you're ready, roll your way back up. Shift the weight into the right foot. Find your baby tree. Inhale the arms and let them move. If you're trying to practice yoga with me right now and you have little kids running around, have them be the wind. But the rule is they can't touch you. They can distract you. Have them try to run around you as close as they can get to you without touching you. When you're ready, hands to the heart. Bring that left knee forward, lift it into crane. See if you feel like stretching that leg forward and then release down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Finding monkey. As you let go, step that left leg back. We're going to take this back to Warrior B, Virabhadrasana. Remember, draw the shoulders back so they're over the hips. Let's sink this down. Come on, we can do this. See if we can get that front leg parallel to the ground. You can rest your hands if you want even. Let's just hold this right here. You're strong. You're patient. You have a nurturing aspect. I mean, I know this is going to get tough, but you can still nurture yourself through the difficult times, right? How do we do that in this pose? Okay, well, what if you need a break? Straighten out the leg for a second, come back down. You have to do what's best for you. Breathe. All right, let's take that right forearm on top of the right leg. I think I'm having left and right issues today. Extended side angle, breathe. Let's make this option A. Option B is going to be to take that right arm, drop it, or straighten it out. Well, all right, we'll make option B letting the fingers touch the earth. I was going to go a little more challenging. Take that top arm straight up. Option C, back up a little bit so the fingers are not touching the earth. You feel that arm pushing into the knee. Breathe here. I know that leg's tired. It's okay. You know how good it's going to feel when we get to Shavasana? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, warrior B. Straighten out that leg, hands to the heart. You did it. Nice. All right, open the arms back out, bend into the knee, cartwheel the hands to the ground, pivot on that back foot. Front leg's going to three-legged dog. Watch out if you're going to kick a wall or something else. Flying pigeon, bend the right knee, let the foot gently fall behind you. Glance under the right arm. And then I'm going to take this right leg. Since we're working on hip openers, I'm going to have you sweep this leg forward for pigeon. So in practicing ahimsa, I have been having a lot of hip and sacral issues, so I am not going to do pigeon. I instead am going to do more of a swan pose, which you can do with me if you want to. The only difference is the right knee still comes up behind the right hand. Pigeon, you're going to take the leg across the mat and come down. In swan, that shin is staying straight back, and then you're going to come down. So you honor your body. If your hips are totally fine, try out pigeon because we are working on the hip openers. And then come on down to your comfort level and close your eyes. So while you're here, let me share a quote with you. Hal Borland wrote, "Knowing trees, I understand the meaning of patience. Knowing grass, I guess I appreciate persistence." Right? So whichever pose you're in, taking your focus to the parts of the body that are touching the floor, connecting with that energy. You are strong. You are patient. You are, I want to say immovable, but I don't really mean it in a stubborn kind of way or a stoic kind of way. We want to move with the winds of change. We want to be able to, have a comfortable flow with what life throws at us, but we also need to be rooted and grounded. All right, give me one more breath here. Go ahead and slowly come back up into your hands, and then you'll just tuck the back toes, lift that leg, downward facing dog. So from here, let's go ahead and send that left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, let the foot fall behind you, flying pigeon. Go ahead, look under the left arm. And then as we slowly sweep this leg forward, if you did pigeon on the other side, do pigeon now. And if you did swan, then set the leg straight down and just settle into the pose when you're ready. I do want to point out, if you are doing pigeon, you need to make sure the hips are level. So Oftentimes there's a tendency when you take one leg across to fall into the hip going in the other direction. I need you to stay perched up so the hips stay level. And if you can't hold that, grab a block or something else and just put it underneath that left hip. Okay. Time to move on. Go ahead, get back up into your hands. Tuck the back toes, lift that leg, downward facing dog. Let's take this to crouching dog. So we lift the heels, bend into the knees, gaze forward, and this sets us up perfectly to make the jump back to forward fold if you want to, or you can step 1 foot forward. Inhale, monkey. Exhale. Come on back down and then roll your way up. Of course, if you prefer a reverse swan dive, you should do that. I'm just going to hit a wall, so I'm just rolling my way up. All right, I want you to ground through the feet again. Look down at them, spread out the toes, gently grip your mat, shift the weight into the left foot, and then let's play around here with tree a little bit. So let's find our baby tree, foot on the ground. You can just rest your hands on your hips for a moment. I just want you to notice how comfortable you are here or uncomfortable. And I want you to find your drishti. So that's a gazing spot. You know, in an in-person class, I personally would choose not to stare at a person because the second they fall over, then I'm probably going to. So don't feel like you have to look at me or your screen. It might be just above your screen, or you can look at the floor. Whatever you need to do, I want you to find that gazing spot. I'll just stare right at you because all I see is the camera anyway. And as you focus on that one spot, let your peripheral vision become wider if you can. Nice. Stay focused on your spot. Option A, keep the right leg where it is. Option B, bring it up a little higher, just underneath the knee. Ooh. I do miss having a hard floor underneath my mat. I'm not going to lie about that. If you want to, option C, bring that foot all the way up against the inner left thigh. Nice. Go ahead, set that right leg down, walk it out. So what I do want you to notice is if you fall over, you set the foot down, I just want you to notice your reaction to that, right? It's just part of what we're practicing. So you can imagine that I told you to fall over. It's all good. It's a transition. So shift the weight into the right foot. Let's find that very low tree. Come back to your drishti. Feel the supporting foot grounding through the earth. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you might take this to option B with the foot underneath the knee. You might take it to option C, drawing that foot up higher. This is a hip opener, so keep pulling the knee backwards. And so I'm just paying attention to how my foot is grabbing on as I wobble. Oops, can't talk, wobble, and hold tree at the same time. So just pay attention and then let that leg go and walk it out. Perfect. Inhale the arms. Exhale to the heart. Shift that weight into the left foot. Right ankle up on top as you bend into that left leg. See where you can kind of sit down to. You might be able to get your elbows to rest on that right leg. Breathe. Another hip opener. These hips might be a little sore later. And then slowly come back up. Set the right foot down. Sweep the arms up. Take them back to the heart as you shift your weight into the right foot. Left ankle up on top of that right thigh. Sit down into that pose when you're ready. And make your way back up. Inhale the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale all the way back to plank. Chaturanga. Into cobra. Exhale back down. Slide the hands further back. When you're ready, upward facing dog. Continue to breathe. And then we'll just start to lift the hips. Pop one foot over, then the other, downward facing. Deep inhale. Loud exhale. Crouching dog to forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale it down. Pause right here. Close your eyes. Inhale monkey. Exhale plank. Chaturanga. Bhujangasana cobra. Exhale it down. Slide the hands a little further back. And when you're ready, upward facing dog. So downward facing. And then just walk the hands backwards towards the feet and slowly make your way back up. Nice. Inhale the arms when you're ready and take them to your heart. All right, I'm going to turn this way for this. So I want you to, again, set the feet. In fact, close your eyes for a moment. Really feel grounded and connected to the earth. Okay, when you're ready, shift the weight into the left foot. You can open your eyes. Right leg into your favorite version of tree. So wherever you're going to feel more balanced. Hands to the heart. Good. Okay, we're adding a twist to the right. You can keep your hands at your heart. You can open them out for some support and balance. It's up to you. Take it very slow. Bring the upper body back to center. And let that go. Whew. Let me turn back this way. All right. Set the right foot. When you're ready, tree. Keep pulling back the knee, and when you feel you have your balance, start the upper body twist to the left. Trees have a lot of twists in them, don't they? Throughout the branches. Good job. Come back to center and let it go. Shake that out. Inhale the arms up, and let's just sit down into chair. We've been working so hard, don't you think? Perfect. Hold it right here. Look down. Make sure you can see the edges or the tips of your toes beyond your knees. Keep breathing. I want you to notice what happens if you take your gaze up. If you take your gaze all the way down. And then straight ahead. Come back to standing. Turn the fingers to the earth. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Inhale, monkey. And let it go. Hang out right here. Close your eyes. Notice if your hamstrings are feeling a little bit looser than that first forward fold. And then finding Ardha Uttanasana, monkey. And then rolling your way back up. So will you come back to the top of your mat? That way I know where everybody is. Ground through the feet. All right, I want you to close your eyes. Set the alignment for Tadasana. So picturing the feet rooting down into the earth, but drawing energy upwards. Bringing that energy all the way up to the crown of the head, so we're getting taller. Shoulders are down and back. This should be a happy place. We're just going to call this rooted tree. Perfect. Okay, softly open your eyes. So I have another tree for you, but there's a caveat here. You have to practice ahimsa and keep yourself safe. I cannot see you. I cannot help you. So we're going to try tree in the dark, with our eyes closed. I want you to look around your space and make sure that you're safe, that there's nothing you're going to fall over onto. And if you have a wall close by, you might want to get close enough to it that it's your backup plan, so you can reach a hand out to hang on. You don't have to do this. You certainly do not have to do this. In fact, if you'd rather stay in rooted tree and keep both feet flat on the earth and just close your eyes, I applaud you. You could take we're going to start with the right leg. You could take the right leg into a very low tree so that the foot is still on the ground. And in fact, that might be the best place to start, because I guarantee the second you close your eyes, your balance is going to change. You can do whatever you need to with your arms. If you feel like you want to try bringing that foot up a little higher, you can. What I like about this experiment is that it only took one tiny transition to throw us off. Just think about that for a second. How many tiny transitions are thrown at you by life in one day? We're talking one little transition. All we do is close our eyes. And it throws off our balance so immensely. So how do we keep our balance during the day? We've got to stay rooted. Go ahead, set that right foot down. I already did. I fell out of mine. Okay, let's try the other side. So you decide where you're going to be. And again, you might start low. If there's anyone in the room laughing at you, you tell them to go ahead and try this too. Oh, there goes my tree. And so we get up, we try again. When you're ready, just set that foot down. Oh, shake that out. My mat and the carpet are not getting along today, sorry. Perfect. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale to the heart. Sit down right here into chair. Sweep the arms out behind you. Hold it right here. Palms are facing each other. Chest is moving forward. Inhale, just the arms are going up. Hands to the heart as you straighten out the legs and slowly melt into forward fold. Now how good does this fold feel? Inhale, monkey. Exhale it down. Send that right leg out behind you for a low lunge. Let's drop the knee, set the foot down. And then we're going to take this left leg, wiggle it over to the edge of the mat. So this should feel, it's another hip opener. So we'll see how you're doing. Left hand to the left thigh. We're adding this twist. So I'm pulling back the left shoulder. Sink into the pose gently. You can close your eyes here. We're not going to fall over out of this pose, I don't think. Deepen the breath. If you want to, if you need more of a hip opener, use that left hand to push this knee gently open. Come on the outer edge of that front foot. So again, in practicing ahimsa, I'm trying not to do hip openers. but I welcome you to explore that and enjoy that. Perfect. So let's bring the upper body back to center. Plant that left hand. Decide how comfortable you are here, or you could come down to the forearms. And then come back up into the hands. So check out my back leg. All I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the toes inward so I can get on the outer edge of the right leg. I'm going to kind of finagle my way here into lazy lizard. So see, I just kind of set the outer leg down. You're going to have to let this left leg slip away from you a little bit. And so we just end up perched on the right hand. This should be a comfortable pose, I hope. And we can close our eyes right here. We're breathing in patience. Let's imagine for a moment that we are Sita. We have been stolen by an awful, awful, awful man. We've been stolen. We cannot rescue ourselves. We have to wait to be rescued. But we're invoking this unbelievable energy of patience. Maybe your mantra right now going through your head with each exhale, I am patient. Good job. Okay, we're going to bring that left hand back down. This will be easy. I'm just going to kind of cave into my arms, straighten out that left leg, and realign myself onto my stomach for a moment. Take the arms behind you into Yoga Mudra and just lift the upper body into half locust. Pelvic bones pushing down, tops of the feet are making contact with that earth vibration. You are not holding your breath, right? And release the arms, plant them, push up into table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Return to table, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then from here, let's go ahead and take that right foot forward between the hands, set the back knee down, low lunge, and then we'll wiggle into lizard. So the right hand and foot are going to switch places. Right hand on top of that right thigh, and then we'll just open up by pulling the shoulder back, adding a twist here. If you can see your leg behind you, make sure that your ankle's in a straight line. And again, if you're not babying your hips like I am, you could push the right knee open further, roll onto the outer edge of that front foot. While you stay right there, I'm going to turn around. Otherwise, my lazy lizard's going to be not facing you, but the wall. Okay, we're going to release the upper body twist, bring the right hand back down. Option A, stay here. Option B, drop down to the forearms. Again, you could still have this knee open if you want to. And then we're just going to carefully maneuver into lazy lizard. So I'm going to plant my right hand to help me, start sliding this right foot back, settle on the outer edge of that left leg, and then come on up into the left hand. You'll find your way. You don't have to do it the way I did it. We're trying not to sink the neck into the left shoulder. So find some height here and close your eyes. While you're there, let me give you another quote. Candy Polgar wrote, "Alone with myself, the trees bend to caress me. The shade hugs my heart." So on the other side, we imagined we were Sita and how that patience would feel. On this side, I want you to be the tree. And then we're just going to slowly release that right hand down, stretch out the right leg, come onto your stomach. This time, take the arms straight back, palms down, forehead to the earth, and lift the legs into half locust. Gently release. Push your way back into Balasana. And just settle into child's pose. Breathe into the low back. Feel the third eye chakra making contact with the earth. Imagine that you are sharing that energy and vibration mutually. Give me a deep inhale, hold the breath, and let it go. And then from child's pose, just gently walk the hands in towards you so you can sit up for a moment. And your only job, once you get to a seated position, is to look around you and see if you have props nearby that you want for Shavasana. And go ahead and set up your space. And then come on down onto your back. When you get here, make sure you're comfortable. Close your eyes. So here in Shavasana, we just have so many elements of what we've talked about going on. We have full body connection with the earth. She rises to support us. There's no work here. We are completely nurtured and taken care of. Our heart is embraced. This feels like a patient pose, doesn't it? What is there to be stressed about in Shavasana? You can feel the stillness of the tree if you like, or you could take your focus to the movement of your breath. You could be the leaves on the tree. So whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to focus on or not focus on, I'm going to let you be, and you'll hear my voice when it's time to come back. Shel Silverstein wrote, "And the boy loved the tree very much, and the tree was happy." I want you to imagine that you're the tree, and your happiness is completely up to you. It is dependent on you. I want you to feel completely still and content where you are. I want you to feel happy. And then take a deep breath in and slowly let it go. And if you want to, you can bring some movement back into the body. Since I have you in a happy place, I don't have the heart to move you. So just staying where you are. When you're ready, take the hands either across the heart or to prayer pose. Give me a really deep inhale through the nose. Super loud exhale. And just letting go even more. The light in me bows to the light in you. And when I'm in that place in me and you're in that place in you, then we become one. Namaste.